Folks, I am so darn excited about what I'm about to talk to y'all about. The land behind you is not ours. However, it's going to be. And I want to show you where I'm standing, what's going to happen. Today's a very exciting day for our animals and for us here at Longhorn Lester's. There's so much going on. It's happening around me as I speak. I'm trying to find a backdrop suitable. Get used to this backdrop. You're going to see this a lot in a lot of upcoming videos. Now, with no further ado, let me turn this camera around. Leo and his crew are here, and let me show you what's going to happen today. Hey, fellas! Let me show you what's going to happen here in a few minutes. He got some more guns. What? I don't know what that means. Okay. Anyway, it's gonna be a good video. Y'all watch. Hey folks, Lester here. And well, today is the big day that Leo and his crew are headed over to get started, or at least to drop off their equipment here at Longhorn Lester's for our land clearing up front. I'm going to drive you down and show you a little bit of what the plans are, and then they should be arriving here in the next 5 or 10 minutes. So you guys come with me. I got a lot to talk about, a lot I want to show you, and I need you to be in the know. I need you to be in the know here.
We'll do it all, everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
I love that song, but I guess I worry about when it says we, that you guys don't think that I'm talking about me and Jamie we. I hope you know that it's a collective we, as in you, me, Jamie, and everyone who continues to love and support us by watching our videos. You know, when those annoying ads pop up, you just keep watching because I mean, listen, I've said this so many times, I don't even know how the right way to say it is, but none of this would have been possible without a collective we, as in you. You watch the videos. You put up with my nonsense. So y'all, look at this grass. I can't wait to tell you about this place. One thing that I've never videoed is how well Leo does in navigating himself around, being the fact that he has very limited use of his legs. I talked about before, Leo was in an automobile accident many years ago. And so whereas a lot of folks in his situation would have found an alternative way to make a living, Leo, or I'm just going to say it, depended on the government to make a living for him. Leo decided to continue with his business. And guys, how he's managed to do that, I do not know. But seeing him navigate himself from his wheelchair into his truck, from his truck to his wheelchair, from his wheelchair into his tractor is quite inspiring. And it's that kind of stuff right there that drives me and motivates me and inspires me to just keep pushing forward when I'm having a bad day. Because I can promise y'all something. The bad days that I've had is nothing compared to the bad days that he's had. No, we can find ourselves sometimes getting into a rut and we start feeling sorry for ourselves and poor me, poor me, poor me, you know, and you let those little demons in your head start telling you things and you start believing that stuff. And I can promise you the conversations that that man has had with those demons is so much deeper than the talks I've had with mine. And it's just an inspiring story. I don't know if you could see right there what just happened, but I just now saw him go from his wheelchair into his truck. And they're going to have, I guess, Uriel, his #1 main man. Hey, Uriel! He's going to unload this machine right here. All right, let me go ahead and stop this segment of my video and talk to you about what's going to happen here. This over here is Mr. Pete and Miss Terry's property. They are the neighbors who live to the right of Longhorn Lester's. Now, you know, Mr. David and Miss Pat live to the left. Now, Mr. Pete and Miss Terry do not use their pastures. They don't. Mr. Pete has to come out and mow. And of course, this is our goat fence that runs where our goats are able to come down. Now, what we're going to do is we've talked to Mr. Pete and Miss Terry, and this has been talks going on for a while, guys. These have been talks been going on for quite a bit. And we are going to lease this pasture from them. Don't ask me for the details or the specifics, but we're going to lease this pasture from them, and we're going to convert this into more grazing area for our bigs. In particular, our horses and donkeys. This is some amazing grass. It's beautiful shade trees, and we're going to do that. Now, you know we have a need for more grass. In saying so, we also have these 10 acres of woods over on this side of the property that we're going to clean out. Now, when I say clean out, we're going to make all of this look very similar to this. And so I'm going to take this piece of fence down right along through here to allow Leo and his team to get their equipment in. And they're going to start going through and taking down our small stuff. What I told Leo was, when all is said and done, I want all 3 sections of land, which will be section 1, we'll just call this the horse pasture, which is about 5 acres. Section 2, which has always been our goat woods. And then, of course, section 3, which is our 10 acres of where the cows and the big birds live on the far side, to all match up and look the same. And then I'll go ahead and add one last thing, that eventually we will buy this property here. Eventually we will buy this property. It's going to take years of savings, and hopefully we'll have continued success with the pages where we can continue to save. But oh boy, I can barely talk. Miss Terry and Mr. Pete will eventually sell us this property here. And but for now, we're just going to lease it from them, a long-term lease. And so it will be, yeah, it's going to require some fencing, and it's going to require some things, but it's going to be amazing to be able to see the horses and all get more grass, because you can see here it has some really nice grass, some beautiful shading. And anyway, that is it's a new chapter of our lives, my friends. It's a new chapter of our lives. And that all starts today. All right, I'm gonna get started taking down this piece of fence through here. We'll have to have our goats blocked off for a while, and that obviously is gonna be a chapter all on its own. And a chapter to us is like a video. So you'll have to wait for the future video. I'm gonna take down from our corner post to our first big post. So just these 3 T-posts, that should allow them enough space to get in. Now remember, for everybody who's going to be upset with me, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I've told everybody with the I'm a Survivor property. We love big trees, okay? We love big trees, and we are not going to affect and mess with our big trees. But it's the small stuff. It's the small stuff that doesn't allow your grasses to grow. Sun can filter down through your big trees. If you space them out enough, sun can still filter down where you can still get, you know, your grass to grow. But when you have it so thick like this over here, grass can't grow. And so all it's good for, really the only thing it's good for, is for goats. And goats can only eat up so high. So it is a situation that we've talked about, Jamie and I. Of course, everyone who's a part of I'm a Survivor and Longhorn Lesters and Suits to Boots and all of the pages know what we're doing, but I think it's time that you guys find out. All right, so what's going to happen is they're going to go and get their other machinery. They'll have their skid steer, and of course, they'll have to have a permit to bring his big tractor over on Monday. But this will all start getting taken care of. What I'm going to do is go up and get my drone and do a flyover to make sure you guys are familiar with which part of the land I'm talking about, number one. And then I'll also highlight, well, kind of what it looks like before, and then you'll be able to see it when they're done. And then thirdly, I want to make sure that I mention the one kissing tree up the lane over here. Remember, there's a kissing tree that is a historical marker on this property, our property, and we're going to protect that at all costs. We were real good when we had the guys come in and do the culvert and do the land clearing, the lane clearing the first time, not to touch that tree. And we're going to make sure that Leo is aware of it as well. So let's go get that drone flight going. I'm going to probably play some music while I fly my drone. Do you think that it's possible that you can overplay a song so much that you make people hate it, even though you love it? You do? Because that's the last thing that I want to have happen. But there's a song that I just love that's always in my head. It's called Overdose on Pain. I'm asking you in a video. So Jamie says if I overplay this song, you're all going to start hating it. But I love it, so I like to play it. So really, I don't think people can start hating it because I play it once a day for 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute is all I'm asking, y'all. 1 minute's all I'm asking.
Think Baby Shark.
Yeah, think Baby Shark. If y'all can handle the Baby Shark era, surely you can handle Overdose on Pain.
I didn't think you could overdose on pain. Now whenever I do the things we did, it doesn't feel the same no more. The curtains closed, the show can't go on without you. Say you're not forgotten, but you're gone. Feel like I'm seeing you go. Why don't you pick up the phone? I really thought that we had all the time in the world is going backwards. Never thought it would end, and now I need you to
The last thing that I want to do to make sure that we keep this tree here safe, this is our historic kissing tree. This is the one with all of the initials that have been engraved on it over the years. And we do not want anything bad to happen to this tree. It's just too much history in this thing over here. So what I'm going to do is take these yellow wash rags. I don't want to tack them on because I don't want to damage the tree, you know, with a screw or a tack, but I'm going to tape them on. I'm just going to use some duct tape. I'm going to put them high enough to where Leo's team can see them, and I'll tape it up nice and bright so when they're coming through here pushing things around, they're not going to mistakenly push over or damage this one particular tree. This is a neat tree here, guys. That looks a little ticky-tack, but I think it'll get their attention. I tried to avoid any of the initials by fear of when I pull off the tape, it ends up pulling off bark. I don't think that'll happen. I know what y'all are saying. Lester, they sell that tape at Tractor Supply and Home Depot and everywhere else, and they probably do. But I don't have any of that now, and they're going to start work today. So this ought to work. This ought to work for now. This ought to be okay. This should get their attention.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.